Imagine living in the late Triassic period. Well, this is insanely inaccurate, but just imagine, with all the dinosaurs, like Carnotaurus, Amargasaurus, that's totally a dinosaur, and the Great T-Rex. But imagine that with Pokemon, like Poliwrath, and a actual living form of Dragavolt. Well, I am currently working on that mission with a few different stuff on the way too, like my evil team Pokemon. Team Apex has resurrected ancestors of Pokemon to take their energy and make their own Pokemon. Like, take this instance. This is the final form of my starter. My fire type starter, which is fire and psychic, and his name is Scoresnake. This is his angered form with the same typing. And in a second, I'll show you its ancestor form, the resurrected ancestor of them that was resurrected by Team Apex. This is it. Pretty cool, right? Well, I hope you think it's cool, because I worked on the design for a little bit, because that's how good my art skills are. Anyways, this Pokemon was a tyrant. And this is based off of Giganotosaurus, T-Rex, and Godzilla. It went extinct when a big asteroid hit the planet. But enough of that. When Team Apex resurrected the beings, the guardian of the ancestors created shelters for them, which are caves, and the player has to go through the caves in order to beat the ancestor Pokemon and take their power. Well, and after beating it, if they defeat it with the ancestor's normal counterpart, they'll get a wild form, which has the same stats and appearance as the ancestor Pokemon. And wild forms are especially effective when you're trying to beat evil Team Apex. But Team Apex manipulates you into working for them. And when Team Apex tries to take the wild form Scorecom, Scorecom is its name, not Snake. They accidentally kill it and make a robot instead, called Roboscorn. I explained more about this Pokemon in my last video, called Making Evil Team Pokemon. Or wait, I think it was Making Villain Pokemon. Sorry, I recently changed the thumbnail and I recently changed the title of the video. Also, Team Apex has stolen the legendary Moon Pokemon and reused its powers to create a beam that will reflect onto the moon at night and send their ultimate wave of power to destroy Earth. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here's the design. Blood Moon Moonclaw. But in a second, I'll show you more of the ancestor Pokemon, since right now I'm kind of getting carried away with the other Pokemon. Whew, I just need a quick breathe from all that talking. But yeah, if you don't want to watch the other video, here's a quick recap. I'm pretty sure you understand it all, that. But back to the legendary, well, not actually legendary, the super radical, super diabolical, well, not diabolical, super misunderstood dinosaurs. Pokemon. Let's first start off with the Lapras. Lapras, a pretty cool Pokemon indeed. But this Pokemon was originally a super quick and vicious animal that went through the night and through super rough seas, like this. Well, I guess. And it has super sharp teeth. But then, when the asteroid came, it died until it got resurrected. Remember, you know about that though. So here's the ancestor form of Lapras. In its cave, you'll see that it lives in a lake. And it's super vicious. Actually, all of the ancestor Pokemon are vicious when you see them because they're scared. Because they don't want to die again. But they shouldn't even be alive. Also, here's the stats of Lapras. Well, ancestor Lapras. And technically would also be the stats of the wild form for it. And here's the evolution of my Route 1 regional bird. Its name is, well, actually, you can pick the name for it. I'm just joking. It's Fairygo. It's based off of the golden eagle that can be found in Florida, since my region is based off Florida. Also, the region's name is Astrixia, and here's the design of its ancestor form. Basically, at first, this thing was a vicious threat to humans until they killed it. Very sad. So, kind of an odd one when it comes to how it got extinct. But it's quite obvious what this thing's based off of. The cockatrice, which is a fusion of dragon and chicken. Well, rooster to be specific. And the griffin, a legendary eagle and lion. And here's its stats. Super close up on its face in case you want to see its eyeball, which is delicately shaded. Pretty nice, right? I hope you say so. Drop it in the comments. Also, here's a picture of a golden eagle. Not so golden, but definitely majestic. And now with Poliwhirl. Let's see what Poliwhirl can do. Wait, no, this is Poliwrath. And here's its wild form. This Pokemon was kind of related to Snorlax until Snorlax outcompeted it for food because of how lazy this Pokemon died. It died. Very sad. But after it was resurrected, its cave is, well, normal. Just like how Cockatrice, Fair Gold is. Ancestor Form's cave is. Here's its stats. Pretty normal. Also, you see that all the stats are within like 605 to 608. Also, here's Marowak's ancestor form. This Pokemon was constantly hunted by Charizard's ancestor form, and that's what caused it to go extinct. And for a comparison, here's how Marowak looks normally. Also, I wanted to go with the theory that Marowak is actually a Charizard, but instead this is like related to Charizard. Well, and also hunted by it, which is kind of creepy. But then I guess like Carnotaurus, probably a Akutosaurus. I think I'm pronouncing it correctly. Also, Carnotaurus is my all-time favorite, super favorite dinosaur, and I think it could defeat any dinosaur. Also, you'll see that Alolan Marowak has flames on it, so it just has to be related to Charizard. And it was back to the design. It has, like, humps on its back, which are obviously Cubone's one, and its stick is a part of it, too. And it still has, like, that ghostly-looking vibe. It's also based off of Draco Rex Hogwarts. Pretty weird name. Its name means Dragon King of Hogwarts. You know, the thing from Harry Potter. I never liked Harry Potter, though. What do you think of it? Also, in case you're wondering what a Carnotaurus is, this is it. But you should know what a Carnotaurus is, since it's like the coolest dinosaur in the world. And there's only one skeleton of it. But there's like, I see like 7 exhibits of it. I don't know. But I know the final image I'm going to show you of it is definitely at the same thing. And I think Disney Springs or something has a fake Carnotaurus skeleton. Also, I made a little sketch of the Carnotaurus for the video, in case you want to see how I think Carnotaurus would look with its skin on. Anyways, back to the design. Pretty good design. I like the design. And the next video, the video after my next video will be showing the Carnotaurus Charizard. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, like, and definitely comment what you think should be in the next video too. But now, here's the stats. Also, this design, I want to tell you something. Did you know that Draco Rex could actually be a very, very young version of Stelimoloch, and then also a baby version of Pachycephalosaurus? Like, Stelimoloch is a juvenile, Draco Rex is a baby. Oh, wait, too long. Here's Ninetales. What I would say is a volcanic Pokemon, meaning that it usually lives like by volcanoes. So I decided to take this whole prehistoric thing to the next level and make a smaller version of Ninetales, since mammals were very small, and make it also based off a volcano. So here it is. And this Pokemon went extinct because it consistently kept drying out. Now that is kind of fun, I guess. Like, you know how lava dries, and you see how there's like some dry spots on it? That's how it went extinct. And when it rained, it bring pain. That's kind of a pun too, right? I think so. Do you think so? I don't know. I'm kind of running out on stuff to say, but here's the stats, pretty average stats, and here's a new low when it comes to stats. Very, very, very sad. So do you think this Pokemon should have higher stats? I don't know. But back to the dinosaurs. In 3, 2, 1. Here is Crocodile. Definitely not a dinosaur. And crocodiles are nowhere close to related to dinosaurs. Just like how pterodactyls went extinct and they're not related to dinosaurs. And mosasauruses are actually ancestors of snakes and monitor lizards. But I'm still going to make a Spinosaurus version of this guy. Crocodile. Just for fun. But I should, if I'm being realistic, make a Sarcosuchus or Deinosuchus. Also, does it look like this guy's trying to hug somebody? I would not want to hug him. Also, what do you think of the realism on the Jurassic World Rebirth of Spinosaurus? Do you think it's realistic? I think it's accurate, but I don't know. It's definitely more accurate than how the JP3 Spinosaurus was. But for this time, the JP3 Spinosaurus was like in the future because it could swim even though they didn't know whether it could swim. And here's a more accurate one, but this still isn't like the 2025 accurate one. The first image is probably like a 2025 accurate. And here's my design. Since Spinosaurus lived in Egypt, I decided to make it look like it has a pyramid back, and here's some pyramid wrap on it. Of course it's not sand color, beige, because that's not the colors of crocodile. Anyways, here's the very high stats. Oh, and this dinosaur went extinct because it wasn't perfect for swimming, and it could launch lasers out of its eyes, which no one liked, so they killed it. Yeah. Here's some more sketches of dinosaurs I made, like Utahraptor, my favorite Dromaeosauride, but I don't really like this state. And here's also Anaplosaurus rose, I think it's pronounced, my favorite Carcharodontosaur. Oh, and now to terrabirds. I think terrabirds are descendants of Utahraptor, so I decided to make a Utahraptor Pokemon. But I would have rather made a Dakota Raptor because Dakota Raptors are kind of cooler to me now. Utahraptors, I get they're big, but I feel like Megaraptors are Megaraptorians are the new thing. But here's a skeleton of the Utahraptor. Very dead looking, I guess. And here is my drawing again. You can see the claws are nowhere close to how Utahraptor claws are, but I did try to put it into a similar pose since that's like an iconic Utahraptor pose. And here is the stats. Ooh, this is a new low. And this is my own original Pokemon, and it's my region's fossil Pokemon. So that is sad. And a Hydreigon. This Pokemon is a very weak Pokemon when it comes to Fairy type. Also, I don't think Fairy type should be drawn against Dragon type. That makes no sense. But here is my ancestor form of it. This Pokemon was had the ability to hypnotize people. Thus, in retaliation, the village set a bunch of Charizards to defeat the species. Also, when Apex tricks you into working for them, this is the first cave you're sent to go check out. And then that's also when it's revealed your best friend actually works for Apex, and he's a villain. And also, that guy's name is Alex, since it rhymes with Apex. So subscribe for more and see what Apex's true plan is.